If you made a covenant with death and hell by saying over your dead body, will a person progress? Will a person achieve certain things? If you refuse to repent, the body that you're using as a stumbling block will become a stepping stone for those who you're trying to hold back. And you may say, but I've never said that about anyone. Sometimes you don't say things with your lips, you say it in your heart, you say it with your actions. If you are checking on the progress of another or others, and every time it seems as if they're getting ahead, every time something good happens to them, jealousy rages, it rises from within you, and you start doing things to try to stop them. You try doing things to quote unquote rain on their parade. Sometimes it's little things like that. But especially if you go to the point, like how there were 40 plus Jews who bound themselves under a curse that they would not eat or drink until they killed the Apostle Paul. If you're like that, and you're trying to use your body as a stumbling block by saying no one will achieve something unless it's over your dead body, then over your dead body they will. And it will be by the mighty hand of God. So your body that you're trying to use as a stumbling block will become another person's stepping stone. An example of this, King Saul knew after a point the Lord's plan for David to make him king, to replace him as king. But King Saul spent years persecuting David, and the Lord allowed it. But then came a point when it was brought to an end. And in 1 Chronicles 10 verses 13 through 14, it states, So Saul died for his transgression which he committed against the Lord, even against the word of the Lord, which he kept not, and also for asking counsel of one that had a familiar spirit, to inquire of it. So King Saul also resorted to witchcraft, and inquired not of the Lord, therefore he slew him, which meant God slew him, and turned the kingdom unto David, the son of Jesse. And when you read the way the Lord later rebuked David because he fell into sin, in 2 Samuel 12, he spoke about the things that Saul had that he handed over to King David. So likewise, if you're putting your body as a stumbling block to another person's God-ordained progress, then that stumbling block that you have put up will become a stepping stone for those whom you're trying to stop. Because ultimately, the one you're fighting against is God and His words, His promises over the life of a person or others. Choice is simple, repent or perish. You're trying to be a stumbling block, the Lord will use you as a stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. There's a saying about a person busting hell wide open. If you have put yourself in the way of another person's progress, you will not bust hell wide open. And here's why. In Isaiah 5 verses 14 through 16 it states, Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her womb, open her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. And the mean man shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled, but the Lord of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and God that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. I read this again. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. And the mean man shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled, but the Lord of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and God that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. The Lord is merciful. He loves mercy, but He also loves righteousness and judgment. So no, you keep on putting your body as a stumbling block to other people's God-ordained progress. That body will become a stepping stone, and your soul be cast down to the pits of hell. You won't bust hell wide open, because hell is already waiting for you.